Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the madness. Glad to see that you're here. Today I want to do like a little PSA, so a public service announcement. Do not fall for scams. Be very careful. Protect yourself. There are horrible people in this world. I often find that I trust people too much. I just forget the fact that just because sounds a little weird, but I consider myself to have an old soul and a good heart. And so when I meet other people, I tend to think that they're the same, and not everyone is like that. So just be aware and keep yourself safe. Just in the last month and a half, I have ran into at least 3 scam situations, and unfortunately I fell for 2 of them. And it was just me being naive. I have been able to fix the situations. I'm not in any trouble or anything. I'm fine. But these were things that I was lucky that I'm able to get myself out of. I watch a lot of scam baiters on on Twitch and on YouTube. I watch Kitboga most of the time. There's Trilogy Media, and there's Scammer Payback. There's a few others. My hair today. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter if I use hairspray, it just does what it wants. Sometimes I have anime hair and it just goes everywhere. But anyway, so I do watch them. I'm aware of the phone scams. I'm aware of the computer scams. There's just other things that, like, it doesn't occur to me until it's like, oh, well. So now, lately, I've been very overly cautious to the point where it's ridiculous. Like, anytime I answer the phone, anytime that someone doesn't have, like, English is not obviously their first language, I instantly do not trust you. And that's just because I watch scam baiter people all the time. But anyway, the first scam I'll talk about is, it was clear that it was questionable. So it was a nomination for Women of America. And it had a longer name to it. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But it came through, and this is your hint that this was a scam. It was faxed to my work email, my work. And it just said, do you have an employee you want to nominate, blah, blah, blah. This is for the American Women promotion thing. And I thought, okay, yeah, so I'm going to nominate myself. I just said I have a good heart and stuff, but, like, I'm self-promoting myself. Because I'm like, well, I'm curious about this. Let's look into it. So I nominated myself. And all I put on there was my name and my job. And so I sent it back. I must have been bored. And I thought, let's see what happens. It could be true, it could be fake. It doesn't really matter anyway, because they didn't have anything that personal about myself. I didn't even give my cell phone number. I gave my work number, so it wasn't like it was a huge deal if they called, because then I can just block them, but they don't have my number to sell it off to. They just have my work number. So I was playing a little cautiously because I didn't trust it. And so I got a call like 4 weeks later. Yeah, it was like 4 weeks or so. To the point where I almost forgot that I did it. And I was actually laughing when I sent it. So I knew it was stupid. And so this lady calls me and she says, congratulations, you were nominated for the woman to represent Ohio. I'm like, okay, great. And, like, she called me on my day off, but I still had phones because I was doing a favor for the office. And I was trying to sleep in. She woke me up. So I was just like, oh, great. And I'm in my back of my head, I'm like, I won something. I could tell my mom. And, like, my mom will be proud of me. My mom's proud of me no matter what I do. But I was like, I could tell my mom that I am nominated for representing Ohio. She says, you're the only fear director for the entire United States that was nominated. And I'm like, that's probably because I was the only fear director that nominated themselves. So she was, like, making a big deal. She's like, congratulations, you're so awesome. You're going to be in our book. And so the first thing that did not raise a red flag, this was not a red flag, is that she was sounded like she was from the United States. I do believe she was from the United States because she had a very good English language. And it wasn't even, like, with an accent. She said she was from North Carolina. I don't know if she sounded like that or not. She could have been, she could have not been. I don't know if that's really where she was at. It doesn't really matter. Most of the time, they're not where they're from, where they say they're from anyway. But, so it wasn't like a first giveaway that was fake. Other than it was like, okay, sure, yeah, I won. And then she's like, well, I'm gonna have to interview you because you get a whole page in our book. And every year we make a book for the people who win. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm gonna be in a book. She's like, yeah, you can keep this, and it's like something that you can use for like job references or things you can do. Sorry about the lighting. This natural lighting is not working for me today. You can do for references for jobs. You can have it just for bragging rights. We're gonna write something about you. She's like, you get about a page. You're gonna need to send me a photo that you want to use. Some people go to professional photographers. Some people take their own picture. You can do whatever you want to do. It raised a tiny flag when she did say, we could even send you to a photographer and we will pay for the picture. That was a tiny, like, I don't believe you. But I just like, oh, okay, yeah. And like I said, she woke me up, so I was like half in and half out. And so then she starts talking about, well, tell me about yourself. Why did you want to become a funeral director? And I did my little spiel about why I wanted to be a funeral director. And then she asked what my degree was. And I explained to her I have a bachelor's in mortuary science and I have an associate's degree in applied sciences in both forensics and mortuary science. And she said, what do you see yourself in 5 years from now? So I gave her my 5-year goal. And that was it. She didn't ask me where I was from. She didn't ask me what school I went to. She just asked me what degree I had. She didn't ask me about anything really, like how long have you been doing this? Nothing. She didn't ask me anything that like I would think that you'd want to ask in an interview. She didn't ask me how old I was. It was not enough information to fill a page about myself, and that was something I'm like, wouldn't you want to know more about me? Wouldn't you want to know where I'm from, where I went, why I moved? It just wasn't enough information in my opinion. Unless they make my picture like this big and then like the information about me this small, we didn't have much information for a page. And so then she starts talking about the book itself and getting the copy of the book. Now, this is when you know it's a scam because she wanted money. She wanted $400 for the book. So, her spiel was, you get the book with your information and everyone else's information for $400, and you have to pay it right now, and you get a new book every year. And I'm thinking, well, first off, I don't want a new book every year because I'm not in it. Why do I want a random book of people that I don't know nor I care to know? Of it, 50 people, let's say, if we do one person per state. No, thank you. 2, I'm not going to pay for a book that I'm in. If I'm a nominee and I won for the state of Ohio, I think that I should get my own free book because I'm in it. I understand if like I'm getting copies for people, which that's weird. But really? And the biggest clue, and it was like instantly as soon as she said it, she's like, you have to act now, you have to pay it for today. And that is a big clue that you're being scammed, is if they're pushing for you to buy now. If you have to pay this now, you cannot wait, move, you cannot wait, you cannot call me back. Because I even told her, can I think about this and call you back? No, you have to decide now. I can't give you this deal after we hang up. Why? Isn't the book not even ready to print yet? I should have time to think about it, right? So that was my big clue. I'm like, okay. So the little itty bitty hope that I had that I actually won something went like, it was just very obvious. And she's like, you have to do it now. I said, I don't have $400. I never will have $400 to throw at a piece of paper. Especially when I think it's a scam. I don't have $400. She's like, okay, well you can do just the plaque for $300. And it's a plaque that has my name on it, supposedly. And she's like, you can have it say whatever you want. You have your full name on it, and you can have it say nominee of state of Ohio for being a funeral director, women, something. And she's like, $300, but you have to agree to it today. You have to tell me exactly what you want it to say. I have to have everything today. And I said, so I can't think about it. She said, no, you have to do it. I'm like, sure. And I said, I can't do the $300. She's like, well, today, and just today, because I really want to help you out, I can give you the book and the plaque for $200. Now, the book was $400, guys. Then the plaque was $300, but now I can get both for $200. I can get both for $200. Scam. Obvious scam. She was making it more and more obvious it was a scam based on like these prices that she can change. And I said, I don't have $200, and I'm trying to be nice at this point. I'm trying to like not be like, you're a scammer, leave me alone. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to just like kind of make it obvious that I'm not buying anything. And I said, I don't have $200. I can't do it. And then she offered me something else for $100. I forget what that was. I think it was just my information. Like, she would give me just my page for the book for $100. Really? With the information that she grabbed, she didn't have enough for a page, and I'm paying $100 for that page. No. So then she goes down this conversation again about, like, this is your only chance, you can get it. She's like, I can email you what I write up, because then I said, well, I don't even know what you're going to say about me, so I'm coming up with things, like, to nicely, like, no, I'm not interested in this. I just want to be a part of it, if it's real and stuff. And she's like, well, I'll take your, I'll be able to email you, and I'll send you everything what we have. And you could read over it, you can approve it, because she's like, some people are worried about what we write, we're going to write about them. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'd have a right to review what you say about me and correct it. And I'm thinking, and this is probably earlier part of the conversation, not with the paying. This is probably early in the conversation before she talked about paying. Because I remember thinking, well, yeah, I want to read what you say about me, but you're not getting enough information for a full page about me. So yeah, I'm going to have to add a lot to this. You're not doing very well interviewing me. And that was another, like, small flag. And so she goes down this rabbit hole, and I hang up. Now, I'm pretending that I got disconnected from the call, and I told her, I'm in my room right now, I have bad signal, so it's a possibility that I might lose you. And after she was talking, I was just like, okay, this is clearly a scam. I'm getting annoyed now because she's not letting me stop the conversations, because my polite ways of saying, well, I can't do this right now, let me think about it, was not working. So finally, I just hung up, because she just kept talking and talking. You could tell that she reached that part of her job where she has to get the money. That's all she needs to do is get the money, get the money, get the money. And so I hung up. She never called back. I never gave her my email for her to send me anything so I could review what she wrote about me, which was nothing. Other than gullible idiot number 44 from Ohio. She's never contacted me again. I actually expected her to call me back and say, hey, we got disconnected, blah, 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 blah. I was ready for that. She didn't call back. So, scam. I know I'm talking 13 minutes about one story, but that was just a obvious thing. Like, to me, it was like, it felt good to be recognized, and that it kind of hurt a bit, even though it was pretty obvious it was a scam from the fact that it started with a fax machine interaction, and it looked a tad sketchy, where it wasn't like, this does not look like a decent letterhead at all. At least have a decent letterhead or something. So it was very obvious, but it still kind of hurt. It stung a bit that I didn't really win something, or I didn't really win an acknowledgement, so it did burn a bit. The other two are items that I've seen on Facebook Market apps. So, not Facebook Market itself, but like, you know, those ads that you get when you're scrolling through Facebook. Sometimes I get like clothing ads, or I get like merchandise ads that pop up. And so the first one, it was a possibility that it wasn't real, right? But I went through the comments and I was reading them, and a lot of people had like pictures of what they got. And this was a anime figurine, and it looked really cool. It was neat, it was cool, it was on sale. And that was your biggest notice that it was a scam, is that it's originally $200 and it's on sale for $50. Now I realize that I'm making myself like a gullible idiot right now. That's okay because I want to help you guys. So, it was a figurine. It looked pretty cool. I would not pay more than $49, and that's what I paid for it when I saw it. It was originally $200, so obviously it was a scam. I'm a dumb idiot. And I thought, well, if it is a scam, I'm not paying $200 for it. I'm only paying $44, $50, but I didn't have shipping and stuff. They claim to be in America. They claim to hand make these. You get an email after you purchase it, and it says, we're going to start making your product. It could take us a couple weeks to make it because we're making it handmade, blah, 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 blah. Then you never hear back. I did this purchase in June. And it is September. No product. No updates on emails. Even said, we will update you through the process. According to their last email, which was in June, they're making the mold. They have not moved on from making the mold since June. So I honestly forgot about it. Like, I bought it in June. It's September. I forgot about it. And the only reason I remember is because I was scammed again late August. So today exactly, I did call my bank and I said, hey, they said that it'd be like 4 weeks for me to get my product. I haven't got it yet. I'm disputing it. I don't want to pay it. I want my money back. I disputed it. I'm getting my money back. We're in the process of it. So I've covered my bases. If you ever do fall for a scam like that, call your bank. If you give them your PIN, your secret PIN, or if you give them account information, get a new card. Talk to your bank about what you need to do. If they recommend you get a new card, I'm in the process of getting a new card just because it's 2 instances in less than 5 months. So, I did not know that they were international. And the way that I knew that this was a scam after the fact as well is that I got an international fee from my bank. And it was $1.50, but it wasn't enough to alert me on my phone that I had like an additional fee. Because if I would have saw that it was an international, I would have been like, oh, I don't want this. I take my order back. Give me my money back now. So like I said, I'm getting the money back. Obviously this figurine's never coming, so, oh well. So the next one is the most recent one, and man, I sound like an idiot. Like this one and this one and this one, but that's just how life is. I found some really cute clothes for fall. I'm a sucker for fall things. I really am. And so this was something that came up on a Facebook ad, just like the other one. And it was clothing. And the key that said it's a scam is the price. The clothes were very cheap, but they looked like great quality. And I'm aware of there's like t-shirt companies out there. They make t-shirts. They're really cute. I wanted it. It looked great. I understood by the price that I'm probably not getting exactly what they're showing me. But I like it. It might not be the exact color, or like the fabric might be not be that great, but I really like the design. I'm willing for it because of the price, because it's so cheap. I'm like, possibility I won't get this, but I'll get something. It's not coming, guys. They're not coming. They won't be coming. They'll never be coming. So I called my bank, and that's when I went down the adventure of the figurines that I just told you about. I remembered about it. So the bank and I were going through my statements, and I said, I also see an international charge fee. I don't understand what that's for. And they said, well, the company that you bought it from is outside the United States. And I said, it is. He's like, yeah, you probably didn't realize that they weren't in the U.S., did you? And I said, no. I said, I checked their website. They had great reviews. And that was the thing with the figurines as well. Everybody put like great reviews. Don't forget the scammers can pay people to put reviews on that are fake, or they can have multiple fake accounts to make their own positive reviews, okay? Their workers, if they have any workers that promote their scam business, can also do it. So just because there's positive reviews doesn't mean that you might want to do a little bit further research, like Google searching. Because then I looked up this company. It was called Mr. Helen. I can't remember the other one. But Mr. Helen was who I went through on Facebook. And there was a lot of people on Google saying that like they were scammed, who never did the money. So that's when I called my bank and we disputed the charge, disputed the international fee. I got my money back. So both those instances, I got my money back. The last scam that I'm going to talk about that I was unfortunately brought into was I did rustic flags. I think it was just rustic flags at that time. It's called Rustic Flags, and it was by a gentleman who were selling flags made out of like wood, and he supposedly had veterans helping him make the wooden flags. And I wanted to buy one for my father for Veterans Day, and it was once again cheap, and there was a lot of people that were purchasing them because like I got a $500 flag for $60. I don't know if it was $500, but it was at least $250, $300. And I got it for $60 for this big Veterans Day sale. And I got it on Veterans Day hoping to get it for his birthday. So I knew I had a few months. He said that on the page, he's like, look, I have a lot of orders, so this is going to take me a little bit of time. I hand make everything. So just know it'd be a couple months before you get it. Okay, great. Fine. He's like, do not purchase for a Christmas present because you're not going to get it by Christmas. Just because of how backed up. Fine. I was more about the fact that it was made by veterans, supposedly, and he had very good reviews on his website and on his Facebook page, and there was a lot of proof that he was making these flags and giving them to people after he made them. And there was a lot of people that were getting their stuff. Months and months went by, no responses, but he was sending out, automated messages like, hey, it's week 3, and I am starting to work on your flag, and just know that I'm working on multiple flags at the same time, so I'll get one thing of your flag done, then I move on to the next one, because he has a lot of repeat orders. And I would get an update, and then all of a sudden after I think it was week 5, I stopped getting any messages. I would message them, I'd email them hey, I need an update, and that's when I started noticing a lot of people were complaining about, I ordered a flag in November, it is now July, where is my flag? And that was the same boat I was in. And I was disappointed because it was a gift for my dad and it wasn't coming. So I eventually found that there was a Facebook page that says Rustic Flags Stole From Me. And you can look it up. It's still there. People are still complaining about it. There is a court case going on around this guy. He ended up taking everybody's money. And he used to make these flags and actually sell them and give them what they ordered. And then eventually he just stopped. He was just making sales on his website and then taking the money and not doing anything with it other than remodeling his house and getting a new car. He was doing all these things, and there's a big court case about it. It's still going on. It's been going on since 2016. This is how long ago it was. It's a whole thing still. I've yet to obviously get a flag, and I'm not going to get my money back. Okay, I've embraced the idea that I will not get my money back. And it's just a loss. At that time, I didn't pursue getting it back from my bank. I know I should have. I just didn't do it. It was just something that in my life at that time, and this is an excuse, but in that time in my life, I was going through some hurdles like we all do, and it was one more thing I didn't want to deal with, and so I just let it go. I'm like, well, he only got me for $60, and the fact that he was going to court for it, I felt like I got enough justice out of that he was caught, and so I just forget it. So I let it go. So the main thing to look out for is pushing for you to pay right away. Price. If it's too cheap to be believable, it's probably fake. Do some research about it. Research the company before you buy it. I have refused to look at anything that comes on Facebook that's an ad now. I refuse. Even if I'm oh, that's cute. Scroll. Because I'm not doing it. I even hesitate to buy anything. I caught myself hesitating on Amazon because I was just I don't know, maybe they'll screw me over. I don't want to buy this. Amazon's more trusted. But on that note, Amazon does not call you and tell you that you're getting a charge on your account. So that is a scam. Do not fall for phone scams. When in doubt, call the real company. See what they're doing. As a funeral director, I do occasionally have scammers call me and say that they're from Social Security and they need to confirm so-and-so's Social Security number to confirm that the death of the person. Do not do it. That is a scam. Social Security does not call you. Your Social Security number cannot be suspended. You cannot pay off bills with gift cards. Okay? So, if you are interested in finding more information about this, feel free to ask me. I don't know much. I'm not an expert. But I know everything I know based on some research I've done and watching Kitboga and Scammers Payback and Jim Browning and Trilogy Media. I listen to Kitboga almost every day. So I've gotten used to every time I hear a foreign accent that I'm like, I don't trust you. Especially if you're trying to sell me something. So just be careful of yourselves. Protect yourselves, guys. And if you do make a mistake, we all make mistakes. That's why I'm sharing what I've been stupid to fall for. Just because we all have weak moments where we're like, oh, this could be legit. I'll be given the benefit of the doubt and I'll check it out because it's worth it. Call your bank. Dispute it. I don't know how far back you can go with a fraud claim. I don't know if I could still do a 2016 fraud claim in 2022. I doubt it. I don't know. I've made peace with it. I've let it go. Especially now that he's in court and stuff, I know that people are getting justice who spent way more than I did. So I'm willing to let those go. But the other two I did dispute because they're more recent. You guys should do that. Protect yourselves. If you don't know if it's legit, call the real company. So if you have, even if you have you're on the bank's website, make sure you're actually on the bank's website. Today I was, instead of on the phone with the bank, I was on a live chat on the bank's website, but I wasn't sure if I could trust it or not. So when they asked for either my Social Security number or my account number, I did not give my Social Security number. I looked up and gave my account number, and she was able to find me that way, and she was able to give me information to verify that she was actually there. Looking at my account, she could see things on it. So you need to confirm for yourself to keep yourself safe. Never give your Social Security number out. I know this is something that you probably know. You guys are adults. You're not idiots. But sometimes we do fall through the cracks. We do make mistakes. We do get a phone call and they say, hey, you owe us this money for this bill, and you're stressed enough as it is. They love it when you're distracted and you give them your card information over the phone. Don't do it. Make them verify who they are. Verify it yourself, either by calling the company or something. That's how I know, even if I didn't know that it's a scammer would ask for a Social Security number from the Social Security Administration, and even if I didn't know that Social Security calls no one, the Social Security will send you a paper notification in the mail before they would ever call you. They're not going to call you. They're going to want you to call them. They're never going to call you. Even though I know it's a scam, I still called Social Security and said, does so-and-so work for you? And they'll go either yes or no. This one was no. And I'm like, does so-and-so from this number and this extension work for you? Or do they call to verify Social Security numbers of people who have recently passed away? No. So just call the companies. Make sure that it's legit if you're going to do it. Do your research on it. If you think that there's someone that's selling something, be careful. Do your research like I just said. Think of yourself. It's okay to ask questions. And it's okay to hang up on people. It's okay just to click and move on with your life. Even though I am the kind of person that I do feel bad when I hang up on people. I think it's rude. And I try not to hang up on people. It's okay. Especially if it's a scam. Honestly, they probably get hung up on all the time. I used to say I would never be able to work at a call center because I can't handle rejection very well. So, just protect yourself. You have a right to do that. Sorry this is a half-hour ramble about scammers, but I just want to raise awareness of it. I hope you have a great day. Do me a favor, leave a comment. Have you been scammed before? Did you get your money back? How did you know it was a scam? I've had a few subscribers that are new. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you like my new Among Us video that I just put up. No sound on it for some reason. I don't know why. I know I wasn't speaking during it, so I'm not sure if that was an issue with just the volume wasn't high enough on my phone. It was just game volume, but there's none. so that's weird. It's still good. It's still a good game. Quite a few wins. It was modded, so that was fun. Check it out. All right, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment and all that jazz, and I'll see you later. Bye. Now I gotta look weird when I'm looking for my stop button. Bye.